students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we had started chapter 13, that is fun with magnets, and we have done with various topic as well as explanation of it also we have done. And what we have seen in this chapter, magnet, which is quite useful for us. There are certain different uses of magnets also we have seen. The properties of magnet, types of magnet. So as we have done different properties of magnet, like magnet is an object which attract things which are made from iron, nickel, cobalt as well and steel. So iron is a substance or an object which is going to attract things which are made from iron, cobalt, nickel and steel. So we found different types of iron, like we have U-shaped iron, horseshoe iron, we have bar magnet, then we have different types of magnet. We have button magnet also, we have donut magnet also, and we have done different types of after types of magnet we have done, we can classify material into magnetic material as well as non-magnetic material, that is based on its properties. How for example, if I am going to take any bar magnet, I can take it, and a certain sub objects we have, and what we are going to do it, we are going to do a small activity. I am going to take that bar magnet, that is to any those nearby object, and what I found that if that object stick to my bar magnet, that comes in the category of magnetic material. So that object comes in the category of magnetic material. Then next we have non-magnetic material which are not going to attract it by magnet. Then what we have, next topic which we have done, that is properties of magnet. Now a freely suspended magnet, if I am going to take a magnet and I am going to tie that magnet with a piece of a thread. With a piece of a thread I am going to tie it and leave that magnet. Leave that magnet, rotate. Leave it rotating that magnet, and what I will find it out, for example, we have two poles, north and south pole. Always this magnet, this freely suspended bar magnet is going up to rest in, always in north direction. Always in north direction. It is going to take rest always in north direction. So that is the first property of magnet, that freely suspended magnet always rest in north-south direction. Then we have two poles, these are the two poles, north pole and south pole. Each magnet, whichever magnet you have, that magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole. Now if you have two magnets, then like poles means if you are going to keep north pole in front of north pole of other magnet, then they are going to repel each other. And if you are going to keep north pole in front of south pole of other magnet, unlike poles attract each other. Another important property of magnet, that is like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. So this property, due to this property of magnet, it is used for finding direction, or we are going to use it in finding direction, and we are going to use it in compass also. We use it in compass also for finding directions. So attraction and repulsion between magnets, we found without attraction as well as repulsion in magnet. Attraction or repulsion, again that is due to like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. That is due to like poles and unlike poles. That will happen due to like and unlike poles only. Then, okay, what I have told you that there are two poles of magnet. Again, if these two poles of magnet, or if a magnet, a bar magnet is given to you, and if you are going to divide that magnet into two more magnets, again these two magnets are also having two poles, north and south pole. It means that each magnet has two poles, that is north pole and south pole. So like magnetic poles repel, unlike magnetic poles attract each other. So then we have been making your own magnet. You can make your own magnet also by rubbing it. Then precautions and how to store magnets. So precautions, what are the precautions we are supposed to take it? Precautions, we will see that precautions what we are supposed to take it when we handle a magnet. When we handle a magnet, what are the precautions which we are supposed to keep it in our mind while handling with the magnet? Precautions. What precautions we are supposed to keep it in our mind if we are supposed to use or handling magnets? So precautions, that is like why we should handle magnets carefully. Since if those magnet, bar magnet or any type of a magnet, if that will be fallen on ground, they are going to lose its property of magnetism. They will become they will destroy its property. So for that we need to handle it with a proper care. And what rest of the precaution that we will keep it in our mind, that is like first that we should never heat a magnet. The first and foremost important precautions of while handling magnet, that is we should never heat a magnet over a burner. Number one. Then number two, that we should never hit a magnet with a hammer or with any substance which is heavy. Then we should never drop a magnet on a floor. If we drop that magnet on the floor repeatedly after some time, then what we find it out, that magnet, by the time that magnet is going to be weak, we should store the magnet properly. Now storing of magnet is very important. Now we have two bar magnet. If we have two bar magnet, that magnet is going to like separated by a wooden box, by a wooden like this wooden piece of a wood. We must put it between two magnets, two bar magnet. When we store two bar magnets, that will be differentiated by a piece of wood. A piece of wood is used to differentiate these two magnets. In between you are going to place a wooden piece. Now what is the function of putting this piece of wood? Now this piece of wood is going to differentiate these two bar magnets. These two bar magnets, if they will stick to each other, they are slowly, with the passage of time, after some time, what you find it out, that these two magnets will become weaker. So what we can do it, we can differentiate with a piece of a wood. Then proper storing of a horseshoe magnet is also important. Again, horseshoe magnet, this kind of a magnet is there. So we will be having a cap which is used to store this magnet. Now this cap is made up of, this cap, such kind of a cap we are going to use it, and this cap is made up of metal or basically iron cap. Now it does not basically made up of iron. Now it does not allow to stick these 2 points of magnet, and it will also help it to soft iron across their end. Since a horseshoe magnet has both its pole on the same side, so one horseshoe magnet requires only one soft iron bar for its proper storage. Thus, horseshoe magnets are stored singly and not in pairs. Now, so these are the certain precautions. I repeat it once again. What are the precautions which you keep it in your mind while you should use that, or will take that precaution while handling magnet, so that they do not get damaged and retain their magnetism for a much longer period of time. Number one, we should never heat a magnet over a burner. Number one. Number two, we should never hit a magnet with a hammer. We should never drop a magnet on the floor. We should store the magnet properly, and when not in use, basically. So 2 methods of storage we have seen. How to store it, how to store that magnet. Now next, storage is very important. The magnet will not lose its magnetism. Once the magnetism is loose by the magnet, there is no use of that magnet. So there are certain uses of magnet is also there. For example, suddenly what happened, one day what happened that I was just taking out few things from my drawer, and then what I find it out that a full pin or box of all pin, that is paper pin, that is fallen on ground and spread all through over that ground. And then what I realized that it is not possible to like pick it up each and every pin. Might be possible that there will be some pins were left, or that can be harm other person also. If somebody is moving without sleepers, that pins can harm. So what we are supposed to, what I have done, that is I have taken this magnet. Normally we have some 1 or 2 or more than that also we have magnets, or if you do not have, you can buy from a shop also. So I have a magnet at home and I just roll it on the ground, and then what happened, within few minutes only I have collected all those all pins, and again it becomes easy to use that. Fine. So let's do uses of magnets. Magnets are used for a large number of purposes. One I have told you, that is magnetic separation is one of the methods which help not only at our home, but the industrial waste that will be separated, robotics waste that will be separated by using magnets only. So magnets are used to hold objects like stickers, refrigerator doors, pencil box, lids, pins, etc. Now magnets are used to hold object. See, normally you have seen on the refrigerator, many of you were putting stickers on refrigerator door, pencils, pencil box, lid, pins, etc. Magnetic board, magnetic duster, that is also very common. Then magnets are used to separate discarded iron and steel object from the other waste, that is non-magnetic material. Then magnets are used for making compasses, which is used to find directions. Then magnets are used in telephones, hair dryers, doorbells, mixer, grinder, fan, washing machine, television sets, tape recorder, electric motor, electric generator, and various types of toys. So let's see, we will now describe it also, that we have all seen stickers that is pasted on refrigerator that have a magnet at its back, and by using those magnets they will be stick to Almira's refrigerator and all. So we all know that the door of the refrigerator, that is remain tightly closed. This is also due to use of magnet. Now if you open the door of a refrigerator and look at it carefully, what we find it out, the thin strip of magnet below that rubber lining, the rubber lining which is there on your refrigerator, below that we have a magnetic strip is also there. Then in our toolbox also we have these magnets which are used, some pencil box, then this all pin holder also. Thus magnets are used in some pencil box also to keep their lids shut tightly. Then door stopper also, some of the common items in which magnets are used, that is stickers which were pasted on doors, refrigerators, some pencil box also. So uses of magnet, that is again an important topic, precaution, and two topics which are very important. Number 2, uses of magnets. Uses of magnets. So all these are uses, that is used in magnets are used in magnetic separation also. Then magnets are used to separate iron and steel object from other waste material. Now this is done by an electromagnet is filled to the long arm of a crane by chain. This long arm of a crane is lowered over the heap of waste material and electric current through the electromagnet is switched on. The old iron and steel object present in the heap of a waste material get attracted by the electromagnet and hence stick to it. The arm by the electromagnet and hence stick to it. The arm of crane with iron and steel object sticking to the electromagnet and now lifted up, and the crane is moved to another place where the iron and steel object are to be dropped. Then this electromagnet is the supply of current which make that electromagnet that will be stopped, and those objects which were stick to that magnet, that will be released. When electric current is switched off, the electromagnet loses its magnetism, or if no longer remains the magnet, and hence the iron and steel objects get detached from it. Now this process is repeated till all the old iron and steel objects present in the heap of a waste material are separated. The metal object made of aluminium, copper, brass, etc., however, are not attracted between the by the magnet and hence remain behind in the heap of material. So with this we have finished chapter 13, fun with magnets. Then tomorrow children we are going to do some of the exercise of it, and we will try to find it out, answer to certain questions. What are the different questions which we can do it like I can take it one or two questions, like what happens when a bar magnet is left to move freely. So if a bar magnet is left to move freely, it will be coming into rest in north and south direction. Then what do you mean by magnetic material, non-magnetic material? What do you mean by poles of a magnet? And describe briefly a method of making a magnet also, label sketch, and all these three. A free turning magnet will always rest in north and south direction. So certain MCQs also we are going to see, and we will do it these multiple choice questions tomorrow in the class. So I hope you all have understood this chapter 13, fun with magnets. Obviously we have a magnet. Magnet is quite common to us from our childhood only. We see different types of magnet in our childhood, and following that only we can understand different concept of magnet, like what different poles of magnet, how these poles attract or repel, attraction and repulsion between these two poles. All these things we have done. So here finish the class for today, children. That's all for today. Have a good day.